Hello Aquarius, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your next new love coming towards you and everything you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings. All of that is in the description box below for you. Alright Aquarius, let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on for you guys. I did your reading yesterday, and then last night I posted all the other readings and I was working on posting them, and I went to post yours and I just felt so strongly like I wasn't supposed to, that I was supposed to do another reading for you, and that does not really happen very often. I can't even remember the last time that has happened where the reading was complete and I was just going to upload it, but it just, I don't know, it just did not feel right, and I trust those feelings when they come. So I don't know if something has shifted or there was another message that Spirit felt was more important to get out for you. I don't know. But we're going to do it again. So we shall see. It says, the first card that flipped over for you guys as I was shuffling says, Fated Meeting. Then we have Soon. And Fears. So it does look like there is going to be some kind of fated, important connection coming in soon. You could have fears, this person could have fears, and maybe that's why this message needed to come up. Spirit wanted to make sure that you were prepared for it, that you were ready. Some of you guys with this focused on money energy, this could be you. Maybe you guys have just been focusing on your career, focusing on your work, your money. Maybe Spirit's afraid that maybe you're not going to be that open to love here. Let's see. Especially because I see this lies and attached to my ex underneath that, and insecurities. The thing is in this watch your back energy with it too. And then healing and releasing. Wow. So the thing is Aquarius, I don't actually feel like you're stuck on a past person. Maybe some of you are. But I do feel like some of you guys could be holding on to a past situation. Right? So it's not necessarily that you want the person back or that you're holding on to the person. But you could be holding on to what happened between the two of you. You could be holding on to the hurt, the heartbreak, the anger, the resentment. Right? And sometimes when we go through things, especially with this enemy, watch your back, somebody could have betrayed you. It could have felt like that. It could have created, some insecurities for you when it comes to yourself or when it comes to love and relationships in general. There could have been dishonest, there could have been lies. It could have created some trauma, some trust issues. So I do feel that here. So even if you're not still hung up on the past person, it feels like you're still holding on to a lot of things that have happened. Could have created some, like I said, some trust issues, some trauma responses and things like that. And maybe that's why you guys have just been focused on your goals, on your career, on your money. But we have this healing and releasing. So some of you guys are trying to heal and release it. Or maybe it's time to. Okay, so just take it how it resonates for your situation. Now, maybe this is coming up because Spirit is wanting to prepare you for this connection that is coming in. And it says it's a fated meeting. It says it is an important connection. Okay? And it says soon. Maybe Spirit doesn't want you to allow your fears to hold you back. All right. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the World. And we have the Moon. We have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck for the general overall energy. So this could really feel, and you have the Star card, so sometimes you could still be kind of in your feelings or in your emotions about a situation. With the star energy, I feel like you are trying to heal. You got the Chariot right under that. You are trying to move forward. And the Chariot is willpower, right? So sometimes it may be a little difficult, but you have the willpower. You just wake up and you take it one day at a time, and you move forward a little each day. You get a little better each day. But I still think when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, it could still be kind of a touchy subject. It could still bring up a lot of emotions in you. Now, I do feel like there is somebody here who is very interested. Now, this could be a younger water sign for some of you. It doesn't have to be. It could be somebody who's a little younger. They don't, like I said, they don't have to be. Sometimes the pages can just be messengers, or sometimes they can just represent, something that's at the very beginning phase. Maybe this is just somebody that you're meeting or just talking to or just has an interest in you. It's just at the very beginning. I see you feeling very the Nine of Pentacles, feeling very independent, focus on yourself, focus on your goals, and maybe a fear of like stepping out of that. I feel like you've worked really hard to create a life and to get to the place that you are where you're feeling secure in yourself, you're feeling good about where you're at. And I feel like when it comes to thinking about letting potentially somebody come in and potentially disrupt that peace that you have worked so hard for, I think you've finally gotten to yourself to where you're feeling a little better every day. And it's like, am I really ready to open myself up to potentially messing this up or potentially getting hurt again, after I've worked so hard to get here? And sometimes we can get comfortable being on our own. And then the idea of letting somebody in or, being in a connection, it can be a little frightening, but it can also be like, do I really want that? I'm kind of good where I'm at. We can get very content, very complacent. But you have the Ace of Cups, so there's a part of you that I feel like does still want love. And I do feel like there is potential for that here with this Ace of Cups energy. Now, but the Ace of Cups can also represent emotions overflowing. Okay, so I do feel like, and especially with that Queen of Cups, I do feel like it is still a very emotional situation. And I feel like even as you start to move forward in the potential of this new connection, I feel like even more emotions are going to come up for you. And this Ace of Cups, it can talk about, just joy and pure intentions as well. I do feel like the person coming in for you does have pure intentions. Okay, I do feel like this is somebody that is coming in that you are meant to have some kind of connection with. Okay, they're definitely coming in for a purpose with this fated meeting energy. Now we have the Seven of Cups here. So the Seven of Cups to me can be a card of, confusion or illusion. It's like, I don't know. Is this person genuine? Does this person really mean what they say? Is this really a good idea? Do I really want this? It's like looking at all the options, looking at all the possibilities, and trying to kind of figure that out. Now, I like this next. You do have the Moon energy here. So to me, that can talk about still kind of lacking clarity. The Moon card can just say proceed with caution, It doesn't necessarily say that there's something out there, but it says you can't see as clearly. And I feel like that's the energy that you're in. It's like you can't see how something is going to work out. You can't see, is this something that I'm going to regret? Am I going to get hurt again? Is this going to disrupt my peace, or is this going to be amazing? It's like you're lacking that clarity. But the Moon card also does ask you to really trust your intuition and your instincts. And I feel like if you are able to do that, I feel like you're going to see that this person they are somebody who's genuine. They are somebody who has really good intentions. And I do feel that if you can, I do feel like your intuition will tell you that. Your instincts will tell you that. So I would trust that. And then you have the World card energy here too, which can talk about the end of a chapter. So it's like stepping out of one world, stepping out of one period of your life and stepping into a new one. So I actually really like this for you. I think that this is something that is just kind of, it's meant to happen. And I feel like it's just a little bit of an emotional adjustment for you. But I think this looks really nice. So the signs I'm seeing for you, I see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo. All the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, and Pisces. So those are signs I'm seeing for you. But it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, this reading can still resonate for you. But that is what I have for you. I do hope that it helps. And Everything that you need to know is in the description box below. If you want personal prayers for any reason at all, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.